So remember when HBO said that they were making this new Harry Potter series to be true to the books?
So that was a f***ing lie.
Alan Rickman, to me, was always Snape because Joe Rowling showed me some early drawings. She'd done this sketch of Snape and looked just like Alan Rickman.
Well, as you all may already know, HBO has confirmed that Paapa Essiedu, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, will portray Severus Snape in the new upcoming Harry Potter TV series. And honestly, most of the comments and opinions I've seen online are not happy with this casting choice. But there are also people like this.
Are still complaining about black people in movies? I don't know who's gonna break it to you, but you know there are black people in real life, right?
To those who still think that this is all about racism, I don't know. Wake up. What century are you living in? I have no problem with Black Hermione, for example, like not accepting the specific casting decision for Snape isn't racist, it's common sense. And you know what? The only people who might be racist here are the ones who decided that that's a good idea to race swap a character like Severus Snape, the most misunderstood, mistreated, and hated character in the entire series. So the only black man among the Hogwarts staff is going to be the guy who everyone bullies, fears, and suspects for 7 straight seasons? Great job. A man who was bullied just for existing, who became a bully himself, who got involved with like literal wizard racists, who hated Muggleborns, like Severus probably tortured people. I'm sorry, and like don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Severus, obviously. But we all know he's a morally gray character, and I can't deny that. So is this how you want a black person to be represented in this great franchise instead of giving him the role of, I don't know, someone like Dumbledore, for example, one of the greatest, respected, and powerful wizards in the entire story, a headmaster everyone looks up to? That would have been really powerful and meaningful. Because honestly, Dumbledore would have been a much better choice. It reminds me of that show Lucifer, where they cast a brilliant black actor who played God, of all people.
Oh my God. I mean,
That was amazing. I really loved that show. That made sense. And same could have happened with Dumbledore, in my opinion. And let me be clear. I have nothing, absolutely nothing, and I want you to remember this till the end of this video. Nothing against Paapa Essiedu personally. I'm sure he's a great actor, and I have no questions and no criticism directed at him personally. My concerns are only with the people who made the casting decisions. The most important thing to remember when we talk about this casting is why HBO said that they were doing this remake in the first place and what they promised the fans. They said they wanted to be faithful to the books. That was the whole point, to show everything the original movies didn't have time for. And when the news first broke about the reboot, I was reading the comments, and almost everyone who was excited about it were excited because we might finally get justice for certain characters. And people wanted characters and scenes from the books that were cut from the films. And then you get statements from the showrunners or writers like, we're staying faithful to the books, but also adding our own creative vision. Excuse me, if you want to do something creative, then come here, then create something new. I know, this is completely unheard of. Write your own story, build your own universe. Don't take something that already worked, something that means so much to people, and twist it into something else, especially not with a character like Severus Snape, where this change feels really forced. The original films weren't just successful, they were magic. They helped people, they comforted people, they helped me. They didn't need fixing, and they definitely didn't need rewriting. If you were really about creative freedom, you wouldn't be remaking someone else's story in the first place. You'd be giving black actors new, meaningful roles, or finally giving us the stories fans have wanted for years, like the Founders, the Marauders and Snape, other schools of magic from around the world. Snape is one of the very few characters in the books who was explicitly described, and Snape's face was like a death mask. it was marble white. Marble white. We even have early sketches of Snape drawn by J.K. Rowling herself. And when it came to casting for the films, Rowling had a specific image in mind. She personally chose Alan Rickman to play Snape. So now I just don't understand why she agreed to this remake and to this particular casting. I still can't believe that this is really happening, to be honest.
My issue comes from directors being willing to race swap a character, but they're not willing to change the narrative in a way that the race swap makes sense. This is a bad idea. One, I feel bad for the amount of backlash this actor is inevitably going to get. But two, for the way this race swap changes your characters and your narrative outside of just Snape.
And yes, many people have said this already. This change in race actually shifts the narrative because now the bullying Snape experiences from the Marauders hits differently. Now it's a poor black boy getting bullied by mostly rich white boys in the 70s. Lily Evans, a white girl, chooses the rich white guy over her poor black best friend. Same with Harry. He walks into Hogwarts, sees the only black teacher there, and hates him on sight. Is that what the showrunners want? To turn him into even more of a victim? From the very beginning, when I first heard they were really going to remake Harry Potter, I instantly imagined it as a super expensive, high budget cosplay. And no matter how good the visuals or acting are, it will always feel like watching people pretend to be characters we already know and love. The only good thing that could come from this remake is that it might launch the careers for these young actors, and I hope they will earn enough money to live peacefully for the rest of their lives. Like, good luck, kids. But this man, this character, this version of the character is just not Snape, and he will never be Snape. At least for me. I think like so many others will never accept this casting and will never forgive
the people who did this.
And honestly, Alan Rickman is the only Snape for me. It's like Polyjuice Potion didn't work. Like, he wanted to be Severus, but he just isn't. He acts like Severus, but he's not Severus. Drop your thoughts in the comments, keep it respectful, and please like this video because it took a lot for me to finally stop emotionally avoiding this and finally make this video. Wait, check out my t-shirt.